Today is September 30th, 2019. Today is the first day of the future. I have talked about the three greatest innovations in lawn care maintenance in the history of mankind: the riding lawnmower, the weed and feed products, and now the mow right by products. The fourth greatest innovation in lawn care is in the future. It will be the robotic mower. The robotic mower will have no push handle on it. It will have its center of gravity right in the middle between a single pivot wheel and the two drive wheels. It can be a gas operated mower or it can be a battery operated. You can develop a 110 volt battery, 120 volt battery, a little bit stronger batteries to do the job on electric. On the gas operated mower, they'll have the hydraulic drive units like they make now, and the rear wheels will drive it, and same with the rear wheels here will be electric motors that will drive it. If you want to make a turn with the electric mower or the hydraulic, you finish your mowing path, this wheel will drive backwards. This one will drive backwards just slight enough that you won't tear your grass out. The swivel wheel in the front will swivel around to where you're going to be about 90% square with what you want to go on your new mowing path. And as you start, it will rotate the rest of that to 100% your path. That way you catch your edge. Both the electric battery operated mower and the gas hydraulic driven mower will do the same function on the wheels. Now, the gas operated mower will not have a seat and will not have a 150, 200 pound passenger. You're going to knock 250 pounds of weight off of that robotic gas mower. In order to program what you want to mow, you will have a remote. And to start the mowing process, you will feed information in. If that nut is where you want your mower to be parked in the garage, in this position, you will bring your GPS transmitter wand over to your nut, to your location. You will hit start. This is one of the first pages that comes up on your remote. You will hit start. Then you will walk the path that you want to go. The GPS will be tracking it, and you will go to where you want your mower to start mowing. Your GPS will then be located where you want to start mowing. And it will transmit this to your programmer, and you will hit start mowing, and that will be in your program. You're going to go through a programming process before you do anything. We're just entering information now. So you have started it. You're going to watch it come out to the yard by itself while you enjoy a nice cold iced tea, and it will come here to start the mowing process. We have the first part of the module, the start in the garage, it coming out to its start mowing position. The blades will not be turning in that duration as it comes out, and within the regular cycle, as soon as it gets here, the blades will start running. The second thing that comes up in the module will be add section. You're going to section your yard off, whether it's however many sections you want. Usually it's north, east, west, south section, but this will be the first section. It will say add section, and then you will bring your pointer to where you want to start. You will hit start add section, and then you will take your GPS transmitter wand and you will walk around the perimeter of the section and delineate it. So we are going to walk around this section real quick. The GPS transmitter wand is now picking up information on location. We are going to mark off section 1. The wand is now programming the borders of your section. It is picking up information, GPS information, on your perimeter. When you get to your spot you started at, it will ask complete section. You will hit the complete section and you will now have section number 1 completely GPS identified for your microchip. It will know where the boundaries of that section are. And once you hit complete section, another module will come up that says add objects. You will now have objects in your section 1 that you must identify and let it know where they are. Once that add objects comes up, it will have the start button. Hit the start button. Use your GPS transmitter wand to outline that object. When you have it outlined, you hit enter. The next thing that will come up, add another object or add a section. You've got 2 more objects in this section that we're going to mow around. We've done the first and put it in. The second one we will go to. You will hit start. Once you hit the start button, then you will take your wand down the outline of what you want to mow around. It is tracking that wand's transmitter, and you will complete the outline of this object. Once you get back to the beginning, you will hit finish object. The next module that comes up will be add another object or add another section. So we have 1 more object, so I'm going to hit add another object. This mow right by is set for present mowing path. On a regular robotic mower, you're going to mow this section back and forth. You will put this tip up here, that tip down here. That way when this robotic mower comes, it will make a slight deviation, go back in line. So this will have to be rotated in line with your mower path as opposed to what it is now. So we've hit add another object. We will hit the start button. Transmitting where the GPS location of this is. And when you get to the final point, finish object. The next module that comes up again will be add another object or add another section. You're going to hit, because we have all the objects in here, you're going to hit add another section, at which time you will go through the same process of beginning the next section's perimeter. And you will do the perimeter. After you have that section perimeter, it will ask you any objects, add object. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 objects I'm going to put in just in the same manner I did with these. It's important to have your mow right bys in line with your mowing path, so that if this was the path, you just gently come in, your wheels won't work too hard, the entrance and exit will be very little wear on your electric motors or your hydraulic pumps on your robotic mower. So it's important to have the mow right by delineation pad, I'm going to call it, in line with your mowing path. Now we talked about the future. When they develop these robotic mowers and they come to start their GPS marks, it's going to be very important to have something down. You can't just put this around the tree and bang your equipment and have all that herky-jerky with your electric motors going on. You need a smooth entry, delineated area, and smooth exit out. You are going to have the mow right bys that will be an integral part of the future robotic mower system. The location of it, the GPS transmission of it, will be the perfect solution for what these robotic mower people are going to be looking for. Same with the crown landscaping edge configurations around your larger trees, around your utility poles, around signposts. You will want the same system to delineate the objects in your section, and this will be the perfect product ready for the future. And there's no doubt in my mind these units, robotics, are going to be here. I may see them before I die, but they're coming. The idea of a Toro costs $5,000, $6,000 now for a 36-incher. A robotic mower system is going to cost probably $5,000, $6,000 for the unit. And I wouldn't doubt if they're going to say this is going to make life so easy for the consumer that they're going to be willing to pay another $6,000, $7,000 just for the software. So I think the future's coming here on robotic mowers. I believe that from now on, 20 years from now, when a man wants to mow his yard, the first thing he's going to do is get himself a nice tall cold glass of iced tea and a good book and sit on the patio and hit the start button. It will come out of his garage, and when it gets to the start mowing location, the blades will start and it will go on its way. It will know the perimeter and it will know all the objects that it has to drive around. You could even go to the movies, start it, come back, and your yard will be mowed. But you'll have to set up each section at a time. It would be too complicated to set up the rotation around the house and going all around. You'll need sections set up specifically for each of the areas in your yard so that it can easily finish that section. And then when it's done with a section, the blades will stop. It will transfer to the start of the next location. The blades will start again. It will do this section, go around all the objects, complete. When it stops and completes the section, it will stop the blades. It will move on to the next section. And it will do the same thing around the objects that you have put into your program. So, the pitch here is how important these delineation units are. The Mow Right By mowing assistance pad, the crown landscaping edge configurations around larger trees, flower beds, is the perfect answer for the needs in the future. It's coming. My yard will be split into 4 sections. Number 1, which will be on the east side. Number 2, which will be on the north side. Number 3, which will be on the west side. And this will be the last, number 4 section on the south side. You will come and do your configuring, input into your microchip. You will add the object, the configuration that I have here, the same manner. The utility poles, the guide wires around the mailboxes. And when you are done configuring that and the program is all done, you will be finished with your yard. On the last step on the module, you will have home. This is where you're going to tell that robot to go back to the starting point and on its own. And in order for the home, there'll be a 50-foot radius that it will have, and it will go to a point start home. You take your GPS wand, and again you will make a GPS line. The program will drive it. Your mower blades will be off. And you will come back to your starting point. The module will say, finish home. You hit that, enter it, and that GPS point will be where your mower leaves out here on its own, comes in here, shuts down, and you're done with your mowing. You've got your mower put away. Now another part of this program will be at the end, program called reconfigure. If you put in a new tree, if the utility people put in another utility pole, if the county puts a signpost in, you are going to need that to add to your program. So wherever the location of that new tree is you put in, you go back to reconfigure. Then it'll have all your sections listed. You will pick the section that you put that tree in, bring it up, and it will say add object, and you will go to that object and you will again delineate where that object is, and when you have it GPS tracked, finish object, and you will be able to reconfigure that section to bring in that new tree, utility pole, signpost, whatever object is new to that section, you can put in with that reconfigure. So, I want to talk about a couple of things here, how important the Mow Right By pads are, the delineation you'll be able to make GPS-wise to outline your objects, the crown landscaping edge configurations, how that will be so handy for this software system. And if you just overlap a couple inches, all these products lay flat on the ground. They're not obtrusive to the unit. In fact, they'll just roll right over it and do their thing. The soft stepping stone, the premium soft stepping stone, it will just roll right over. They are ½ inch off the ground. Ground variations are larger than what that will be, and these will be designed to just mow right over. If my 5-foot Toro don't suck them up, these smaller units, or even a robot that's 5 feet, which should be capable of mowing in a robotic form. The power of that 5-foot mower doesn't suck them up. These will not be sucked up also. So, the future is coming. I believe I'm going to see it before I die. And they're going to need that delineation product. And when they see, well, look at this, it's already on the market. We'll make a contract with these people to supply, or the customer will be required to buy these. So, not only do we have the present market, we will have the future market, which will even make the crown landscaping edge material extremely in high demand, along with the Mow Right By mowing assistance pad. And on top of that, as this guy's sitting on his front porch with his iced tea, he will never have to go out and weed whack around here. With a proper ground cloth application on these configurations and Mow Right Bys, he's got his mulch, and he will never, for decades, have to maintain weed whacking and spraying. The combination of the robotic mowers, the Mow Right By mowing assistance pad, and the crown landscaping edge configurations will make life so good in the future that we wondered why we didn't get to this point before now, before the future time.